kala, boi 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 kala. And the words at the bottom of page 128. Hachamame Roshaila not nistalka, Bo v'netze likrat Shabbat Amalka. Hachamame Roshaila not nistalka, Bo v'netze likrat Shabbat Amalka. Boi kala, boi kala, boi kala. Kala, boi kala, boi kala, boi kala, boi kala.
Shabbat Shalom.
So, just so you know, previous to Thursday, we had no sound in the system. So maybe it's perhaps possible we overcorrected, but I believe we're safe now.
Check.
Okay. Let's try it again.
Shabbat Shalom.
Oh.
There we go. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good Shabbos. Welcome to Congregation Dor Tamid and our Friday evening Kabbalat Shabbat worship service. It's wonderful to be here with so many of you. It was wonderful to be with so many of you who joined us for our Shabbat dinner before this, and so many more of you who have joined us also for our Kabbalat Shabbat worship services this evening. I want to welcome also those of you who are joining us online through our virtual community as we come together as a community, both here in the sanctuary and from your own homes, to welcome in Shabbat, to welcome in this day of rest, this gift that we have each week to be able to truly come together as community, to support one another, to walk life's path together, and to be together in community on this day where we can set the schmutz of the rest of the week aside and be present in time. As we enter into our service this evening, I'm going to invite you all to take a moment and please silence or turn off your cell phones or electronic devices and turn to page 128 as we prepare to open our hearts to the world and our hearts to one another with Yidid Nefesh.
Yidid Nefesh Avarachama, Avarachama. Meshochatecha el ritzonecha, el ritzonecha. Yedid nefesh avarachaman, avarachaman. Meshochatecha el ritzonecha, el ritzonecha. Yarutz Amecha Kemo Aya Vishtachaveh El Mulavecha Yedid Nefesh Avarachaman Avarachaman Meshochatecha El Ritzonecha El Ritzonecha.
We turn now in our prayer books to page 120 as we prepare to enter into Shabbat by bringing light into creation. And to kindle our Sabbath lights tonight, I'd like to invite our Director of Education, Lori Jason, to come to the Bima after having started very successfully our religious school year just a week ago. So Lori, why don't you come on up and kindle our lights.
וקידשנו במצוותיו, וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת.
Page 125. Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished. Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens and that must return. On this day, Shabbat, abide together. Help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time. Contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world this day. On this day, Shabbat, abide. We turn now in our prayer books to page 130 as we enter into our service of Kabbalat Shabbat, singing joyously together with Psalm 95, Lechune Ranina.
Lechune Ranina l'Adonai, Nariya litzo yishenu, Nekad mafana betoda, Bizmirot Nariya lo. Page 131. Shiru Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai shir chadash. Shiru Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth, a new song unto God. Shiru Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai shir chadash.
Page 141. Adonai malach geut lavesh, lavesh Adonai oz hitazar. Adonai is sovereign, God is robed in grandeur. Adonai is robed, God is girded with strength. The world stands firm, it cannot be shaken. Your throne stands firm from of old, from eternity you have existed. The ocean sounds Adonai, the ocean sounds its thunder. The ocean sounds its pounding. Above the thunder of the mighty waters, more majestic than the breakers of the sea, is Adonai, majestic on high. Your decrees are indeed enduring. Holiness befits your house, Adonai, for all times. We welcome in the angels of Shabbat with the singing of Shalom Aleichem on page 142.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharei, Malachei Elyon, V'melech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Koachem leShalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, V'melech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nile Shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, V'melech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seichem leShalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, V'melech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We turn now in our prayer books to Shabbat Evening Service 2 on page 263 as we transition with the words of the Hatzi Kaddish.
Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yalmad yivarach iruteh v'yamlich malchuteh b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'b'chayei techol bet Yisrael bagala bagala u'vizman kariv v'immeru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'alam U'l'al Me'almaya Yitbarach Yitbarach Ve'yishtabach Yitpa'ar V'yitromam Ve'yitnaseh Ve'yitadar V'yitaleh Ve'yitalal Shemei D'Kudusha Berichu Le'elam Min Kol Berchata V'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran be'alma ve'immeru amen. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Barechu et Adonai Havorach. Baruch Adonai Havorach. Le'olam va'ed. Le'olam va'ed. Yalalai lai lai, 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 yalalai lai lai. Am I awake? Am I prepared?
Please be seated as we continue responsively on page 265. Adonai, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom.
Day follows day in endless succession, and the years vanish, but your sovereignty endures.
Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you, and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amecha ahavta, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu lemadeta, Otanu lemadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shokpenu, V'kumenu na'asiyach b'chukecha, V'nismach b'divrei Toratcha, U'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu, Ve'orech yameinu, Uvahem nege yomam v'layla, Nege yomam v'layla. V'ahavatcha al tasir, Mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael. Ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu adivarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom ma'levavecha Vishinantam levanecha v'dibartam b'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'terech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'ktatam al mezuzot beitecha Uvisharecha Leman Tizkiru Va'asitem Et Kol Mitzvotai V'Item Kadoshim Le'Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher Hotzeiti Etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot Lachem Le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem, Emet.
We continue responsively on page 269. We worship the power that unites the universe, a promise of harmony for all.
Yet that oneness eludes our grasp as imperfection and evil abound.
Before our eyes there is a vision of perfection, order, and goodness.
There is evil enough to break the heart, and there is good enough to exalt the soul.
When will redemption come?
When we grant everyone what we claim for ourselves.
Long ago we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the powers of the Most High.
We learned God's presence redeems time and event, so we celebrate this power that makes for freedom. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Okay, we're going to stop right there. A few people on this side got the clapping part. Do what they do. You will be tested afterwards. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh No and the children crossed the sea. They sang to you with songs of joy. Who is like you, Adonai? You can like clap in other places. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Norah Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael.
Give us a place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety. In your presence we find love and acceptance. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat, v'asod et hashabat le'torot ha'marit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat, v'asod et hashabat לעולם אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם.
Turn now to page 273 as we rise for the tefillah.
Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid ilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Ose shalom bimroma, u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimroma, u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimroma, u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom, Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ya'ko Yisrael, Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu.
Throughout our tradition, there are certain spiritual numbers that have value above others. We see that in our Torah in the number 7 in the 7 days of creation and 7 years of the Shemitah, of the sabbatical. We see that in 40, that it was 40 days and 40 nights that the rain fell during the flood of Noah, and 40 years wandering through the wilderness that our ancestors took to get from Sinai to the Promised Land. And there are many others, 3s, 10s, hundreds, these mystical numbers that have great value in our tradition. But today we came to a confluence of 2 of those numbers that we prayed we never would. 700. In 700 days, that 48 hostages have remained in captivity. And it comes to us on this Shabbat of Ki Tetzei, where at the end of the Parsha we read of Amalek. We read of Amalek, he who attacked the Israelites on their journey leaving Egypt. And the Torah tells us that he attacked us not as a normal adversary would from the front, armies attacking armies. He attacked from behind, where the widows, women, the elderly, the children, sick, those who couldn't fight back were. We saw that 700 days ago. So the Torah reminds us and commands us to be reminded in these verses that say, Zachor et asher asa lecha Amalek b'derech b'tzeitchem miMitzrayim. Remember what Amalek did to you on your journey after you left Egypt. Asher karcha b'derech v'yaznev becha kol nechashalim acharecha v'ata ayef v'yagea v'lo yareh Elohim. How undeterred by fear of God he surprised you on the march when you were famished and weary and cut down all the stragglers in your rear. V'aya be'aniach Adonai Elohecha lecha mikol oivecha mesaviv ba'aretz asher Adonai Elohecha noten lecha nachala l'rishta timche et zecher Amalek mitachad hashamayim. Therefore, when the Eternal your God grants you safety from all your enemies around you, in the land that the Eternal your God is giving you as a hereditary portion, you shall blot out the memory of Amalek from under heaven. And then the verse finishes. Lo tishkach. Don't forget. We are told to remember. We're told to blot out the memory. And then we're told, don't forget. On this 700th day, while there are debates raging and discussions happening about what the right path is, what the right method is, to end the war, to defeat Hamas, to defeat Amalek, to bring the hostages home, the underlying important thing, lo tishkach, shall not forget them. So whatever we do, whatever path we think is right, we all are commanded to not forget, to stand up and demand that they come home. They come home now. Amen. We pause in our service as we think of those members of our community who are ill. Some are in the hospital, some who are at home recovering, some who have diseases and illnesses from which they may never recover. This week we think especially of Preston Kerr, Yehudit Bat Chana Sora, Maggie Burke, Francine Schwartz, Justin Samuel Snow, Ruth Friedman, Andrew Portier, Leah Miriam Bat Rivka, Adam Shafran, Harold Marcone, Alan Pomerantz, Mark Mandel, Sharon Zuspin, Abe Asher, Frank Scala, Bert Singerman, Audrey DeShetler, Eileen Zukros, Eleanor Hochberg, Arnold Serlin, Sam Mishkoff, Ruth Golden, Sylvan Golden, Marty Levine, Gail Rosenblatt, Harriet Jacobs, Nancy Nichols, David Rafaelov, Tana Rivka Bat Yosefa, Lauren Kernis, Michelle Mandel, Joe Radowski, Ethel Rubenstein, Arlene Silver, Stan Israev, Sheila Fagis, Stacy Ford, Sandra Slovin, Gary Swartz, Carolyn Eisenhart, Brian Berger, Yaelbat David Valea, Jill Vantine, Mateo Velasquez, Max Jacobs, and Kathy Waldner. If you are thinking of someone who's in need of a prayer of healing, I invite you to share their name with the community as my eyes meet yours, or to add their name at this time to the chat. We think of all those we have named and all those we hold in our hearts as we ask for God's healing presence to be with them. We also ask God to watch over victims of violence around the world. May they be blessed with healing, hope, and love. And we ask God to watch over those who care for the sick each day. May their hands and their hearts be blessed with wisdom, compassion, love, and support. As we ask God to watch over all of them and all of us, as we turn in our prayer books to page 371 to offer this prayer of healing.
Misheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We turn now to page 377 as we rise together to offer a prayer for the state of Israel. Shalu Shalom Yerushalayim Yishlayu Avayich. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. Avinu Shabashamayim. Tzur Yisrael v'gorlo. Barechet Medinat Yisrael reshit tzmichat gulatenu. Again aleha be'evrat chastecha. Ufros aleha sukat shlomecha. Shlach orcha v'amitcha l'rosheha. Zareha v'yotzeha. V'takneim be'etzah tova milfanecha. V'natata shalom ba'aretz v'simchat olam le'yoshveha v'nomar. Amen. Together, O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. We remain standing as we turn to page 586 for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, atet gedula liotze bereshit, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. Why should I wish to see God better than this day? I see something of God in each hour of the 24 and each moment then. In the faces of men and women I see God, and in my own face in the glass. I find letters from God dropped in the street, and every one is signed by God's name. And I leave them where they are, for I know that wheresoever I go, others will punctually come forever and ever. Our thoughts now turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. We remember them. We meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. At this sacred moment of our Shabbat evening worship, we think longingly and lovingly of those taken from us both recently and at this season in years past. We mark the yahrzeits, the anniversary of their passing on this Shabbat, of Hope Altman, Joseph Austin, Frederick Dollar, Jane Feshbach, Sharon Fisher, Doris Goldhill, Ann Lesser, Bernard Ottenstein, Saul Rubin, Leonard Shapiro, Dorothy Walensky, Saul Seidner, and Pauline Kirshner. If you are remembering someone on this Shabbat, I invite you to share their name with the community as my eyes meet yours, or to add their name at this time to the chat. Zichronam livracha. May all of their memories continue to be a blessing. And may we link all the memories of those we have named and the memories of those we hold in our hearts, the memory of the millions of our people who have no one to say Kaddish for them. Praying that all of their memories will continue to be a source of blessing for us, we rise as one community, turning to page 598. Praise the holy name of God with the words of the Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Ve'alma divrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam la'amei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudshah brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata, da'me ran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, huya aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, and comfort to all the bereaved here and everywhere with the blessing of peace. Together we all say, amen.
Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru, amen.
Please be seated. Good Shabbos, everyone.
Good Shabbos.
We have just a few brief announcements before Kiddush and Motzi and our closing song and benediction. This Sunday, we have religious school beginning at 9 a.m. for our pre-K through 8th grade students. And Play Tamid, our parent and toddler class, their first one of the year, begins at 9:15 in the social hall. Then at 11 o'clock, Doug Katz will be meeting with anybody who would like to join our shofar choir for Rosh Hashanah. If you've blown the shofar in the past, or if you have a shofar and would like to learn how, please come here to the sanctuary at 11 o'clock on Sunday morning. On Monday, we have Mahjong at 1 p.m. and Sisterhood Book Club at 6:30. Tuesday, our bereavement support group will meet at 11 a.m. And we have our Dor Tamid Youth Group opening event for our middle school and high school students here at CDT on Tuesday, beginning at 6:30. Wednesday, we have Tanakh study at 11 o'clock. Come join us as we continue our study of the book of Isaiah. Following that is the Sandwich Project, and then Canasta at 1. And then at 7 p.m., our 9th and 10th grade religious school classes will meet with Mike and myself, respectively. On Thursday, we have Mahjong at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. And then next Friday, our prime timers will be going to visit the Classic City Clydesdale Farm at 11 o'clock in the morning. You can talk to Edie if you have any questions about that. And then come join us afterwards for Kabbalat Shabbat next Friday night at 7:30. We have a very busy weekend next weekend. Next Saturday evening, it's Slichot. It's the official beginning of the Holy Day season. We'll have a Nosh beginning at 6:15. Come and gather and kibbutz and Nosh together. And then at 7 o'clock, we'll come into the sanctuary for our service of Slichot, which includes some of the prayers that we'll hear during the holiday season, the melodies that we hear on Yantif, as well as the sound of the shofar and the opportunity to change our Sifrei Torah from their colorful garments into their white High Holy Day garments. So it's a beautiful service if you've never been before. It really sets the mood for the coming weeks of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. So I invite you to join us next Saturday evening. Then next Sunday morning, during religious school, which is at 9 o'clock for all of our students pre-K through 8th grade, we have at 10:30 a town hall meeting. It's a good thing. We have a lot of exciting news coming up. We have some things we want to share with the congregation about some opportunities to really provide for sustainability of CDT and the growth of CDT for the years to come. So I invite you all to join me here in the sanctuary at 10:30 next Sunday morning for an informative and good news town hall meeting. Then Monday the 15th, we have Mahjong and a board meeting, and then the holy days are shortly after that. Today is the last day to register for the high holidays, specifically the Yizkor book. If you have names that you want to put in the Yizkor book, the form may be open for another few hours. So please make sure to do that if you haven't yet done so. We won't turn anybody away from the holy days, but we do need people to register for planning purposes, for security purposes, and for the Yizkor book, we absolutely do need the names in now so that we can print it and prepare it in advance of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. If you have any questions about that, you can talk to Stacy next week in the office. There's a lot coming up after Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur with Sukkot and Simchat Torah and other classes, events, programs, and services. So we hope to see you often as we enter into and go through 5786. It is the first Shabbos of September, which means it's birthday Shabbat. So if you have a September birthday, thank you, Mike, I'd invite you to please rise. You can stay where you are. I'll come to you. But please rise if you have a September birthday. And when I come to you, I'm going to invite you to loudly for our kids so that everybody can hear you. Who are you? What's your name? How old are you turning? And when is your birthday? I don't think we have any on this side tonight. So I'll go over here. All right, September birthdays. That one? And what's your name? Wendy's turning 8 on September 19th. Happy birthday. That's who you are. Also turning 8. Happy birthday. You got one too? Tell everybody your name.
I'm 5 and my birthday is
12. Toby 6. Happy birthday. Oh, we got one more. Mazel tov. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all y'all. Happy birthday to you. Yom Huledet Sameach. Thank you. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach.
I'm now going to invite all of our young people to join Mike and I at the front. Our young people who have not yet celebrated becoming bar bat mitzvah to join Mike and I up front as we all turn to page 123 for Kiddush, and please rise. I'll get you the big one.
We have to say the
All right,
blessing
let's say
first.
the blessing.
Blessing first.
Don't,
Blessing.
don't drink it yet, guys.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri
Okay,
hagafet.
guys, and face
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech
Face out, okay?
haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho b'yavav uvratzon inchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehila l'mikra'e kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim b'shabbat kodshecha b'yava uvratzon inkalatanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Chaim. Motzi lechem min haaretz, we give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, b'tei avon.
You guys to have the first piece of challah and then go back to your seats. So go back to your seats after you get your challah so we can have our closing song and blessing. But before we do that, I just noticed I missed one of our announcements. As you all know, as many of you know, we like to offer thanks to members of our community who have done so much for our community each week. And this week, we want to thank Barry and Stacy Jahanfar for planning and preparing our dinner tonight, for all the hard work that they put in for that. So thank you to Barry Gertz and Stacy Jahanfar for all of that. Now, we are going to turn to our closing song and blessing. It is the month of Elul, and the tradition is, during the month, to hear the sound of the shofar and to utter the words of Psalm 27 that ask us to, that have us asking God to have the ability to be with God, to reside in God's house day by day, and especially at this time of year. So we turn to the top of page 662 as we sing together, Achat Sha'alti.
Achat sha'alti meit Adonai ota avakesh. Achat sha'alti meit Adonai ota avakesh. Shiti mi beit Adonai kol yemei chayai lachazot benoam Adonai ulvaker beichalo lachazot benoam Adonai ulvaker beichalo tekiah.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.